just get like Heinz ketchup and then put that shit. They're like, you don't eat your pizza with ketchup?
Ketchup and ranch is like. You want some caffeine in general? Probably not. No. I have
water, right? That's like the classic.
Well, it's just a caffeine.
Water, yeah.
It's just the caffeine is probably the issue because it's a diuretic.
But water is best for you, right?
Oh my god, that launch kick was like last frame.
So high.
It's like last frame available. Make this a large? Yeah. For only $3 more? We're already going up. Oh no, that's the free one. That's you see, that's how they get you. They're trying to get you to make the free one.
Oh no, you can't put the free one.
They tried.
Now.
They tried. Okay. So total is like $30, and then
We're optimizing.
because I had a free pizza on my account because we've done this before, of course. No go checkout. We'll pay the delivery guy. We'll give the delivery guy a good tip. Support the local economy.
Domino's Dojo.
Dojo. I love it. The Domino's Dojo. Every VIP subscription goes towards the Domino's Dojo.
You'll be mailed one cold slice of pizza.
I like that.
3 to 5 business day shipping. Dude.
Hell yeah. Dude, I feel like that could be one of the emotes because we get pizza so often. It could be a pizza emote. You know? Definitely. I like that. Okay.
Do you happen to have a charging round for my
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I got you. We're gonna give a 20% tip. We're gonna give a 20% tip. Because there's.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That
6
is one of the downsides of the suburban life is the delivery options compared to Manhattan.
Significantly reduced? Yeah.
Significantly reduced.
I
Which is
bet.
actually good because going to the grocery store is a lot cheaper. So
Oh, that's true. But
Yeah.
like, isn't like bodega shopping pretty easy though too?
it's very
Right?
convenient, but there's a huge surcharge. So I was into this.
We can get all 3 people in the frame. That'd be sick. Okay, wait, we gotta like.
I can scoot in.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
No,
okay,
you're
we
good.
can get
I'm
real
vaccinated,
comfortable.
I'm vaccinated.
I have to just.
Moderna
like-
boys? What's your
No, no,
Pfizer,
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Oh, Pfizer gang.
Yeah, I was an early adopter to Moderna.
Yeah, we're looking like the 3. We're looking like the 3 Stooges out here.
What game are you playing over there? It looks fun.
Yeah, didn't you get early priority because of your
Yeah, it's a
job?
social worker, so I got it.
When did you get it? Like April?
A month after it was out. I was like, it was like nurses and then in social worker.
Damn, that's cool.
Which was a little bit scary because there was very little research or anything. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Even anecdotal stuff. Like now everyone's like, the second shot, you're gonna be sick. Like I didn't really even know that.
Really?
It was awful. I got really sick on Moderna.
Dude, I
The
didn't
second
feel.
one or the first one?
First was fine. First one I passed out, so I have a huge fear of needles.
Oh no.
And I went out like a rock.
No.
And I came to, and if you've ever passed out, the feeling of coming to, very disorienting.
No, I've never.
Yeah.
Especially when there's 3 nurses staring over you and you have no idea where you are.
Oh no.
It was a lot, but the next time they let me lay down like a little baby, and they gave me a shot.
That's wild.
I didn't feel like anything on Pfizer. I mean, I got a little sore after the first one. That's
No
it.
sickness?
None.
Oh, the sickness on Moderna for me was like 15 hours of hell. My
Yeah.
fiance said her bones felt like they were growing.
Damn.
Which when you're looking at the love of your life in her eyes and she's weeping and saying my bones are growing. It's like, oh no,
Not a good look.
no.
Not a good look. No. So apparently they say if you had COVID, but like you didn't know, so you just randomly have antibodies, right? Well, not randomly, you got it, but unbeknownst to you, then the first shot was definitely going to be worse than the second shot because your body already has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's trained, theoretically, to fight whatever is in the vaccine. And then the second shot will be like nothing. So people that had really violent reactions to the first one,
Some of them were asked not to get the second one if they had COVID already. There was some discussion of that.
I don't know. I hadn't
The
heard that.
buildup of having the virus plus the first shot was like the equivalent
Enough?
of
Yeah,
having
yeah.
2 shots.
I haven't heard about that.
Interesting.
I had heard of people that got the first shot and then got COVID, so they couldn't get the second one.
Oh, that was the scariest month ever. Where I'm like, what if I get
Yeah,
COVID
yeah.
in
It's
between?
like what if I get
Like,
COVID
yeah,
in
yeah.
between? That would suck.
Yeah. No, New York must have just been not fun.
No, it was one of the weirdest experiences. So I was in Brooklyn and I lived very close to a hospital. I stayed inside for 93 days, where the furthest I went out was like my front porch.
No
my
way.
fiance is crazy and is like, no delivery food, nothing. So we
Really?
get groceries delivered, we hand wash them.
I did that.
And then all day, every day for like 60 days, there was ambulances, the sound. So I'm like playing Fight Cave. And I, similar to you, I don't like the music after years of playing. So
Yeah.
I play either muted or like with just headphones on. But I remember I'd take them off and I would hear ambulances all day.
Damn.
And it's like, oh, this is like a 9/11 in slow motion was the way it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was a super accurate depiction of it.
Where it's like it's a dread rather than a shock.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's crazy.
And the 3S community got hit. I mean, I don't want to name names, but people that
Yeah, no, I know of some people.
people
Yeah.
got sick.
I heard that was crazy.
Yeah, there was a few that were. Well, at Frosty, so Frosty was January. It was the last month line. And people came back from Frosty and reported that they were very ill.
The frosty flu.
The Frosty flu.
Yeah.
And that was before, at the time, there was any knowledge that the COVID had spread to the U.S. It was still in China. But it was at Frosty, to my knowledge.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Jesus. That's insane. I almost went to Frosty too. I was like really thinking about it. And then something came up for work.
Well, I was planning on going to like DC to go watch this dude named Shingo 2. He's like this hip hop dude.
Oh,
Anyway,
I saw him in New York.
yeah, I was gonna
last
go
year.
see him in
Or
DC,
2 years
and then
ago.
that weekend it like got announced that all of the NBA got COVID.
That was a weird, dude, the feeling.
In
of
Tom
watching
Hanks.
them, like, didn't they like tap on someone's shoulder and they're like, game's over?
The game's over, yeah. It was at the Mavericks game.
Yeah, and it's like, things are real. I don't know if you guys remember the specific moment where you recognize like this was actually a major problem.
It was, I think for a lot of people,
yeah,
it was the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people.
The NBA and Tom Hanks got it like on the same day, and I'm like, I'm not going to fucking DC. I'm not gonna
You
go
know the
get
comedian
COVID.
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
No,
He's
no.
one of my favorite comedians.
I love Norm Macdonald.
He early on he was calling COVID the Tom Hanks disease, which I thought was so funny.
Jeez. Yeah, that was a weird one too when Tom Hanks got it and everyone was like, if Tom Hanks can get it.
Anybody's America's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Do
was
you guys
weird.
have like rumors and stuff around here? Because in New York, right when it hit, there was all these text messages and Facebook posts of like, get out of the city by Saturday at noon, they're closing it down. And, like,
What?
there was this feeling in the air of like, get your food and get ready because like, who knows what the government's gonna do.
No, we
It didn't
never-
come to fruition.
To
but
just close, like actually close
just, like,
Manhattan.
block the. I mean, obviously none of this transpired, but like the fear in the air, you start
Yeah.
believing like, dude, what if they don't let me leave my house? And
Uh-huh.
but that's
Yeah.
now
I don't
the
know.
city feels almost back to normal.
But there's still like a decent amount less people, right?
I would say so. It was amazing. Early on, I had to go to work because I have to work in person a lot. So
Yeah.
I would take Ubers in, and it's usually a 45-minute drive. And it was like 13 minutes.
Oh, you're
because
like,
there
hell
was
yeah.
Nobody out there. But these days, yeah, I think there's probably slightly less people kind of walking through Times Square. It feels like Times Square.
Huh. Yeah, there's like tourists around.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not the global
I
ones.
wouldn't come.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't
Yeah.
have to work there, I wouldn't go
Yeah.
to New York. But I have noticed there's an enormous increase in crime, both statistically and then just walking around. You can feel that areas that used to be safe are not safe anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
There's graffiti everywhere, there's broken windows everywhere, there's just the homeless population must have tripled.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's unreal, and it's just there's this feeling like the city is not safe. That's primarily why I moved out of New Jersey, because I was like, I don't want to pay this kind of rent. Citizen app's telling me there's an armed robbery happening 15 minutes down the block.
Yeah.
Probably go to the suburbs. I think it's time.
Well, that's so weird because you were saying like you spent X amount of days like just inside your apartment.
We had a little counter, 93.
I mean,
That's so crazy.
I at least would just fucking go for a walk. Like you see my neighborhood, like it's fine.
No, I mean,
Just
in
Yeah,
the
great.
city, you can't do that, right? Because as soon as you go out, there's like all these other tenant mates and people in the streets and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very hard.
Huh. It was just like, I don't know. The weirdest thing for me was like just not seeing friends anymore. And
Yeah.
like not going to movies. Because I'm a big movie guy.
Yeah.
I like going to the theater a
Have
lot.
you been back since?
I have not been back since. There hasn't really been anything that I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go see that. I think like the first big one for a lot of people was the newer like Godzilla. But nah,
Which was kind of a dud from what I've heard, right?
yeah, apparently wasn't that great.
Oh, what? Really? I was so hyped for it.
Yeah, I want to see Black Widow, the new Marvel movie.
Can't show me all his Marvel cards. Are you familiar with his collection?
I'm
Oh,
familiar
the
with his
X-Men?
collection,
The
yeah.
It's
X-Men?
even as someone, so I didn't grow up in the Marvel world, but it was the art alone is amazing. And he has like certain collections that were actually paintings that were turned into trading cards. I was fascinated by it. I thought it was really funny. Like we were going through all the superheroes, and of course you know Thor and Hulk, but there's some that are so obscure and their names are so funny. It's like bad guy and like big man. Okay, he's playing Issei.
There's a bunch of dumb Spider-Man villains.
Yeah.
One definitely. Of them is Big Wheel, which is a guy inside of a big wheel that has spikes on it.
Incredible. That's like Axel from
There's
Metal.
There's Condiment Man, who fights with ketchup and mustard.
Oh, this guy sounds godlike.
Yeah. Put
So
him in
sort
Marvel
of like
Capcom.
Sean, like the joke characters of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, there's plenty of joke characters and everything, so it's just kind of built that way. You know what I mean? There's too many heroes, too many villains.
It was funny on the card. It would be like big strong bro, and then it would say trademark. Like they made sure to trademark that name.
Well, we gotta reuse them for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I really like looking at his cards because it was before there were Marvel movies, so there was no like, obvious depiction of Thor that we would all recognize. It was still up to an artistic
like a universal.
So like seeing the different artists pick like this is what Thor looks like. There's no actor.
Yeah.
This is what Thor looks like.
Yeah. It's interesting the way that like I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely a big MCU guy. Migeto-san.
Oh, Migeto-san.
What's going on, Migeto-san?
Right
How you
stream.
doing?
This is the right stream for Migeto-san.
Yeah.
Isn't he the European Union player?
No, he's ludicrous skill. He's
You know what you might be able to do?
Oh, he's American?
There might be a fucking USB port free on the back of the computer.
There is for sure. That's
Yeah.
what I use at home. I just didn't want to encode it.
No, go for it. There might be one right there. This one isn't powered. So,
Really?
yeah. The one on the front isn't powered. This I just have for like just cards and stuff. Yeah, is it working? Yeah, there you go.
The power of
I was talking to Juna today, so I drove from New York and I didn't pick up dual pods on the way, and I hadn't been drinking Diet Coke, and don't ever get addicted to drugs. That's my advice. So I don't do hard drugs. I've been sober for 12 years. I'm like a social.
You're all about that sweet nicotine.
Dude, nicotine, sugar, aspartame, or something in Diet Coke. Caffeine.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of having to play this game without drugs. Like earlier, you're like, don't hit. Like if you want to hit your jewel, go out there. Inside, I'm like, I can't, damn. I'm a slave, buddy.
You got to see what the official jazzy policy is.
Sure.
At,
I smoked it
the
at
finale.
the last one. And you had an interesting point. I don't know where it was. If you were talking to me directly, but you were saying that having the jewel in my mouth takes away brain power. Which I think is a valid point.
I mean, if you're somebody that doesn't do it all the time, yes, it would. But if that's your natural mode, then no. I don't think so.
I think it's just like the equivalent of a pacifier.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like if I could have my mommy's blanket while playing Issei,
Yeah. Break out the mommy's blanket.
I'd like to be in a Snuggie in a warm jacuzzi.
Get like a warm cup of milk right there. Okay, I'm ready to be bullied.
It's just oral fixation. It's something to keep your body occupied with, because that's the difference, right? Your brain is occupied with the game. Your body's occupied with something else. It's muscle memory as
Next
well.
level's really funny. So when I first got there, I was thinking like, can I vape inside? Because it's very illegal in New York to vape inside.
Really?
And then I get there and everyone's just smoking blunts inside.
You're like, okay,
I'll be okay.
Yeah. I figured it was.
Well, now weed's legal out there.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's changed a lot. I mean, you walk around and it's just clouds of smoke.
Really? Yeah. The last time I went to New York is It's so weird because last year is like it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, was 2 years ago. And I don't know. It was nice. You would definitely see the shops everywhere.
Yeah.
But you didn't see people smoking everywhere.
No.
You know.
Well, there was like a big medical push for a while, but it wasn't Cali. Like the first time I went to Cali was 20.
It was medical.
Oh my god, it was hilarious. I
Yeah.
was very fortunate. I went to California a week before FFA closed.
Oh, interesting.
Like 2011 or 12.
Uh-huh.
And I went there and it was totally empty except for one player who I still can't identify. He said he was no good. He was very weak. He kicked my ass.
Really? Who did you
And
play?
it was a Chun Main. And it was like a white guy, Chun Main. I don't know if anybody would know. But he gave me the whole history. This was amazing. So Juna has some of the stand-up American caps. What's the name of those?
Big
Oh, the
Blues?
Dynamos?
Dynamos.
Yeah,
So
Dynamos.
when I went into FFA, there was a few that were being carted out.
Okay,
but there was
let's go,
a
Exo.
row of head-to-head Dynamo caps seven head-to-heads, and we played on that. And there was one maybe Blast City Astro or something like that. And the player who was explaining to me how it all worked goes, "That's the big boy cab.
That's a big boy cab.
That's for 5-star and Pyro. And Mir.
Yep.
We don't play on that cab."
You play on the Dynamo. You gotta earn your way to the Blast Cities.
Well, it's like if you, if anybody goes back and listens to like the old,
Dungeon? Dungeon
there's a Dungeon podcast with that was crazy.
That was the one with Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Sub-Zero, Dr. Sub-Zero. But then also the he who shall no longer be named, former ex-emote, had a podcast.
Yes.
Am I not allowed to, are we gonna get banned from Twitch if we say the guy's name?
Yeah.
Mr.
PogChamp.
Mr. PogChamp.
We can say Mr. PogChamp, but
We
we can't
have
say
in my Urian server we have a PogChamp that's like a blue face of Urian with the PogChamp
with the
on it.
PogChamp.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he had a podcast that was pretty good. And he had 5-star on, and they talked about Dungeon and FFA and stuff. It was good.
There's
Sure.
Lance at one point, I don't know if he still has it, had all of those, because they're very hard to find now. But he had them all on an external hard drive.
For the Dr. Sub-Zero ones?
Yeah, I think the Shend also might have them archived somewhere. The Rias has had a pretty good history of podcasts. They just don't last that long.
Yeah. I have a series that I'm thinking about that is not a podcast, but would be max 10 minutes.
Punish. Did you see that?
And he gets full bar
Oh,
for
nice block.
Yeah, you can go the other side on
You're
Dudley.
and Urian.
And you're in, yeah. I have an idea for just like a 10-minute, not a podcast, but just an interview. And it's literally going to be 100 questions.
You can get 100 questions done in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You'd have to like
There's a
hang
whole
out.
series on GQ. Or no, Vanity Magazine does a series where they go talk and they do like video interviews with really famous actors, actresses, musicians, directors, blah blah blah, and they like follow them around their apartment, so you get a feel of like where they live and their vibe and shit as they just ask them like rapid fire questions,
Super cool.
which is cool. So I actually have some. Let me.
Before I wrote my Urian guide, I had this grand vision to interview as many English-speaking third-strike players as possible and compile their answers, like the same questions.
Yeah.
I just was like, thinking to myself, like, most of these people don't really want to talk. Like a lot of third-strike players at the highest levels, they're not really like that much of, they're not hams like me. I want to get in front of the camera.
Yeah. Well, that's always a limiting factor for commentary, right? Whether or not somebody is happy to be in front of the camera.
For sure.
Here we go. How did you get your handle?
Dr. Steelhammer is the name of Vladimir Klitschko. He's a former world champion.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I know Klitschko, but I didn't know that was his
So
handle.
Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko were doctors of sports medicine, and it was Dr. Steelhammer and Dr. Iron Fist. And Iron Fist is the Dudley player in SoCal back in the day.
Yeah.
So I always just liked Dr. Steelhammer. And then my former name was Dude So High. And Mutant XP pointed out that it's DSH. Dude So High, Dr.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty clever.
I also have a million alts.
Oh, yeah, like Soapy Donut?
Dr. Steelhammer was an alt, and then I entered it for him.
When did you find out about Third Strike?
In Daigo Parry on a Kotaku article, 2004.
When you did, had you played fighting games before? Other
Yes,
fighting?
Street Fighter 2, fairly extensively as a kid. No skill, but I played it a lot.
Okay, let me get out here.
Okay.
This is not
So
an
like,
interview.
that's an example,
Yeah.
right, of like what I want to do with like a 10-minute thing. These are all the questions I have.
Well, let me ask you.
Dan, here we go. Are we doing the interview?
Let's do some sort of.
No, I want to do like a nicer like production.
I think it's a really cool
thing,
idea.
you know?
Let's do one more.
Okay, so we'll do the first like 10 or 15. What character do you play?
I play Urian
Why did you choose Gyrian?
because RX highlight videos.
Are you an offensive or defensive player?
I think I'm defensive, but my defense sucks.
What's your favorite normal?
Stand fierce. Urian stand fierce.
That's the correct answer, definitely. What's your favorite character color?
Black.
What is your favorite Urian combo?
It would be.
You can be as complicated as you want or as simple as you want.
Yeah, it would be probably the Jab Anago.
Oh, that's a good one. Where it's jab, jab, and then they bounce, and then you go another. Yeah. I like that one. If you could give Urian another tool, what would it be?
An SBD.
Yeah. Oh, an SPD, not a Shoryuken?
No, I
already
wanted,
have
I wanted SBD
want
and a
SBD?
Shoryuken and Resurrection as a super.
When you are in training mode, how do you train?
I like to find the single hardest combo that I can, something that I can't do, and just try it 1,000 times, because my concept is like, if I'm able to do the 12 parts required to, to hit this 100%, I'm working on 12 different Urian
Splice it up.
executions. Yeah.
I like that. Who mentored you?
I've had a lot of mentors, but Kang, Daisuke, Frankie, let's see who else. Yuka Spencer. I would say those would be the biggest one. Kazi showed me a lot about Urian.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player is probably Mimura.
Mimura? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mimura was my favorite player, and then I moved to Japan and I realized Tominaga just wins more.
Interesting.
Because SA2 is stronger. And so I switched to Tominaga being my favorite player. Blah, 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 blah. Who's your favorite player for your character? Who's your favorite Urian?
Ushi.
Ushi? Ushi's sick.
Have you played him?
I've played Ushi before.
Probably Yun, right?
No, I've played both.
You played
His Yun is definitely better. I mean, Yun's just a better character.
Yun's really good.
It's not close. Guru Falcon. That's a cool name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the dojo. We appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Getting us ever so closer to the 200
Lance,
follower
when
goal.
he asked who mentored me, I thought about your name, and then I didn't want to lie to this many people. Lance did teach me how to play Chun-Li in 3 weeks, and I almost win as much with Chun as I do with Urian.
The next character I'm going to actually put time into is Chun.
She's fun.
I don't think she's fun, but she's strong.
Winning is fun. Let me
Winning's
rephrase
fun.
this.
Yeah, winning's fun. Who are the top 5, objectively, who are the top 5 Urian players in the world?
I would say
In order.
In order, I think RX, just because of the long history, all the accolades. I think Rue. I think Ushi.
In order? Rube second?
I think Rue's really good. I've never played any of these people though, so I don't really know.
I feel like Ushi and RB are like really
So
high
RB,
up
I
there.
feel, is the most technically skilled, but I haven't seen him at the highest levels perform the way that RX has. I'm a big fan of results and tournament placings, and like anybody. I've played casual gods who crumble in tournament. And
Right.
I don't know. I've always considered it to be like, when it counts, how do you do?
Sure.
So RB, of course, would be probably in there. I love that this is just staying there.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Steven Hammer.
RB, and then probably Issei, who's a very strong Urian. RX, RB, Ushi,
Rue. Yeah,
Rue was already in there.
Taihei 5.
Taihei's very, very strong. I think I would go with...
The flame to Taihei. I love Taihei. I think he's limited by how much he helps run tournaments because he's not playing in them. Shinobu? Kaz says Shinobu. Caroline?
I like Shinobu more than Caroline.
Shinobu? Okay. Same Shinobu that plays Yun?
He might have switched at some point.
Okay, interesting. Where is your local scene?
Next Level Arcade in New York.
Who's the best up-and-coming player in your local scene?
Keychain. Keychain Urian.
Keychain?
Yeah.
Really? What scene do you want to visit but you haven't? Excluding Japan. Because you haven't been to Japan.
SoCal.
SoCal? You haven't been to SoCal?
But not like, I've been to SoCal, but
But not
I've
the
never
scene.
been to like Boiler or Don's or anything.
Who do you want to play against that you haven't? The most? Like, who's the player you most want to play against?
Deshkan.
Deshkan? That's a good answer. I've played him very little, but it feels like almost impossible to play. Who's your favorite training partner?
Frankie.
Who's your third strike rival? Also Frankie?
No, he's too strong. To me, well, rivals to me,
Somebody.
Ahmed.
Ahmed? Okay, I like that. I would say Ahmed is one of my third strike rivals.
He's America's rival.
Because I've played against him. That's who kept me from entering top 16 at Jazz.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. What's your proudest accomplishment in third strike?
I would say creating the Urian community.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Because if
Right.
it had to be a placing, if it had to be a tournament thing.
Winning Frosty, yeah.
Frosty. I like that. But no, yeah, creating the Urian shit is cool. What's your most memorable match?
My most memorable match would be probably when I beat Exodus 10-3.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Kang doesn't like that so much, but that's okay. He's deep in thought against Issei right now. What's your biggest strength as a player?
My complete dedication to the point of self-harm.
Nice. I like that. Your masochism?
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, I lost my spot. What's your biggest weakness?
I'm not that smart. Like, I'm starting to get to the point with my level where I don't believe that the reason that some players beat me is because they played more or they're more experienced. I think they're genuinely more intelligent human beings than me.
You just mean like layer? Like the next
my
Yomi layer?
my adaptive. I don't adapt very well.
Like you get the first parry against crouch strong, but you're not ready for the up kicks type
It's
of thing?
more like I consider myself to be sort of like a player that you either can handle or you can't. And like if you can handle me, I don't really know how to make a new challenge for you.
It's momentum based?
Yeah, it's sort of like I'm a Urian player.
Yeah,
It's
Urian
like,
is very
can
momentum.
you deal with my shit or not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And people who can, it's hard.
What have you been practicing lately?
Cab timing.
That's a good point.
Trying to get ready for Jazzy.
What's your favorite matchup?
My favorite matchup would be Urian versus... Amazing. Probably Urian versus Ken, because it's also my least favorite matchup.
There
It's the matchup that I want to know the most.
Yeah. What's your least favorite matchup, Ken?
I would say Ken.
What's your most memorable match? Other than the 10-3 against...
Against our dear friend. My most memorable match would be... It's gotta be, I guess, Frosty Grand Finals. Just that feeling of being able to actually win.
Nice. What's the one thing you want to accomplish most in Third Strike?
Go to Japan and not feel like I've wasted my entire life.
You'll feel that no matter what.
Of course.
But not as much. If you have a lot of practice, not as much. Have you been to Cooperation Cup? No. If you could play any character at a high level, who would you choose?
Urian.
Urian? Nice. What tournaments have you been to?
I've been to a bunch. A bunch of next level tournaments, iFix Machine tournaments. I went to Frosty Faustings, the Kai Cup, the Jazzy Finale. I'm a new tournament player. I mean, I started in 2018.
Frosty.
I went down to North Carolina. I played a random tournament in London, England, at like
Really?
just a really small local. They had like a bunch of new players. Just crushed them all. But it was
cool.
There was no like actual UK players there.
Interesting. So those are like...
That's great.
That's a big batch of that. And then I have fun ones. Favorite stage theme?
Favorite stage theme? I hate them all.
You hate them?
I don't like any of them at this point.
At this point, you hate them.
I don't like them all.
That's fine.
Can I ask you some?
Oh, sure.
So where do we end off?
Well, these are the fun ones.
Oh, let's see.
So my next one is gonna be like favorite character other than your main. So like,
So
who's your favorite?
who would be your favorite character other than your main?
Yun, of course. But at this point,
Your Yun feels very polished.
my Yun is better than my Makoto in a lot of matchups now, and it's bad.
It feels
but it's
very, very polished.
But it's because I've been technically playing Yun for 5 total years, but it wasn't until the pandemic hit and we were only playing Fightcade that I was like, I can't. If I just play Makoto a ton of Fightcade, I'm gonna build all these bad habits. I'm gonna fuck up my
But you're
timing
gonna win
for
a
double.
lot with those
I will
bad
win a
habits.
lot, yeah. Because you can just dash over and fucking over on
Sadly, I
I
realized.
don't know. I feel like getting to know you better is a good thing, right? 'Cause then
It's a
you'll-
good thing, but let me check the Domino's tracker. See if it's like
I saw
delivered
some
yet.
light come through. Yeah, I'm very.
Paul is pulling up now, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have our amazing pizza. No, but like my Yun versus Chun matchup, my Yun's probably better against Chun than my Makoto is.
I found when I played Chun-Li for 3 weeks that Makoto, who's a character that I struggle with as Urian, is quite easy to beat until she reaches a sufficiently high level. Like just your mid-level Makoto, when you play Chun, it's like just hit a couple buttons. You'll be fine.
Well, she has like an 8-way option after Makoto lands
The post
chest
high
up.
up, yeah.
It's crouch jab, back dash, back jump,
forward heavy kick.
forward heavy kick, Kara throw, and then if Makoto chooses backdash, the Kara throw turns into neutral roundhouse, which is the hop kick.
Which is your throw.
High parry, low parry. That's like an 8-way option.
Oh, and he's got EX legs. That's really good.
EX legs and EX bird.
And the way I played
Can you grab that? Yeah, I got it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
you know, being able to stop her dashes is a major part of I
Yeah.
think any character's game plan against Makoto.
3-frame jab, dude. Or 2-frame jab.
And then with Chun's jab and her ability to turn a stuff into a 60% combo. Like Urian, if I stop and Makoto dashes Urian, I get a crouch medium kick at best.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
a swing fierce, but like Chun she gets the whole world.
Yeah, she gets everything. It's easily her worst matchup in my opinion. if you want to say 6.5, 3.5, whatever, like that's fine.
Oh shit.
I mean, you just put them on the chair or whatever. I can bring in another chair as like a mini.
Who are the 5 players you've played the most?
EXO. In Japan, Kuni. I've played a lot against Kuni, and I've lost a lot.
Yeah, I
against
imagine
Kuni.
that's an expensive hobby.
I've played a lot against Tominaga.
That's pretty cool.
And then like some of the PA guys would be like Flare and Therapist. I've played against a lot of Flare and Therapist.